Do you guys both have access to the subpoena tool?
I don't think so.
All right. I'm going to send you a link here, Angel, and then
Sure.
I'm going to give you a activation code afterwards.
Okay.
Um, all right.
It's gonna steal all my data, Brian.
I don't think so. This is made by Bean's dad. There are still some things that we're making like the permissions are still kind of all over the place because some things are like, Marshall, some things are high command, some things are this investigation, this, that, and the third. So you're going to get an invite code right after this. And when you use this invite code, it's going to give you access to the prison escape murder stuff. So here we go. And
oh, Bjorn's calling me right now. Hey Bjorn, can I call you back in like 10 minutes? Are you gonna be around for a bit longer? Alright, cool. I'll call you back soon, right? Bye.
me send it to Maeve as well.
All right. So what the hell am I looking at here?
Let me see. Okay. I sent you one as well, Daisy. I think you got to use the code. I think that other one. Yep.
Yeah, that's the friend thing. I sent it to Ruth, so she can add me to whatever.
Oh, okay. I haven't tried that manner before. Okay. Awesome. Okay. I also sent this to Maeve. This is all these subpoenas that are related to the murder investigation. Give me one more second.
Sir?
Oh, and the Bjorn ones. Let me send you guys this one as well. What is this? Type organization access. Okay. Okay. Now I'm going to send you guys the second invite codes, and these are for the investigation on Bjorn.
Okay.
Okay.
So the Bjorn stuff is separated out from the murder investigation stuff, since they were kind of like separate things, and we didn't want like people working on the murder case to just look at Bjorn stuff for obvious reasons. So what I'm going to do after this meeting is I'm going to take those same forehead and Miguel text messages and some other relevant stuff and dump it in here as well, just so things are easier to line up. But let me show you sort of how the tool works.
Okay.
If
so this is kind of crazy. I'm actually really impressed right now.
Yeah, this is
what the hell?
This remember the whole like DTF stuff? I
remember that.
Yeah, we started saying like, okay, these current tools suck ass, let's do it better. And so this thing is consistently being iterated on so that it's easy to use, very collaborative, cross-departmental, etc., and have like very strong permissions. So, it's more about investigating and less T-sipping, which So if we click on, let's click on messages for 7154. And then we click that load button. And then we click the load button. What that's going to do is it's going to put all the phone calls in line with the messages.
Okay.
This is initially how we sort of notice the communication taking place and what the time bands are. So like 11:11 at 1:59 p.m. So when I came in sort of what appeared to be hot into the interrogation, keep in mind I had just received these. And so my goal there was to have him establish.
Stupid, Brian. I don't see text in here when I have it filtered by messages too.
So let's go back to the subpoena view where you see 5 of them.
Yeah.
And then you see messages 427, the one added by McAllister.
Yeah.
If you click that and then
I see. Okay.
Yeah, and then hit the load button. So what that's doing is it's first loading the messages, but then when you click it, you're seeing the messages, but when you hit the load button, it's like loading in that other CSV file and like interleaving it.
Gotcha. Okay, that makes sense.
Okay, so you'll see, do you see names here? Like prison phone 11.
No, I just see
you would have
numbers.
to export your contacts and send them to us, I think.
Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna talk to Bean. Is what I want to be able to do is imprint certain phone numbers into an active investigation without affecting the phone book. And the reason is like I don't mind sharing with you guys, but for some of the other stuff, there might be numbers in there that's like, Brandon Valentino, CI.
Yeah.
So so we've got, do you see Lars Hatherford?
No, they're all just the phone number itself.
Okay, let me send you guys these phone numbers real quick then. I'm going to send you the relevant ones. Here we go. Okay. Those are the phone numbers. You want to add those to through the address book.
Doing it now.
And there's that one. And then let me give the forehead ones as well. And then let me send you those as well. Yeah, there's a lot of little things I want to do. My mind's already sprawling. One thing that is going to be added soon is organizational contact books, so that like Daisy, Maeve, like the detectives in BCSO and the detectives in LSPD, and then like SASM, we can have our phone books, but also like share some of that stuff without making it so that like a cadet that's looking at an investigation necessarily has that information. So but that's more of a soon TM. For now, we gotta, press more buttons.
Sorry, I'm just adding all these numbers in.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's a good way to do it too. Yeah, if you if you like use your finger and slide it across your contact book and scroll
Yeah, I
wheel.
did that. I got everyone.
Ooh, good shit.
So,
Okay.
All right, so I should be all done adding things in it.
So I'm gonna point you at some things. This is gonna be a little hard to possibly visualize, only because there isn't currently, but it's the next thing that Bean's dad's adding is interleaving different people's subpoenas together, right? So you can timeline. And they'll be color coded, right? Like one person might be blue, one might be green. But I'm gonna point you at the most relevant stuff, which is 11:11 at 1:59. You notice a series of phone calls and the times, like, you know, the duration of the phone calls. As we go further down, the bits that
Am I looking at the right one?
I'm uncertain which one you're looking at. The one from November.
Looking at Bjorn phone records. Which of these subpoenas do you want me to be looking in?
It's going to be the the messages for phone number ending in 7154.
Okay. Because I don't see any timestamps around 1:59 on 11:11.
Oh, you're not EST, right?
Yeah, I'm not.
You're gonna
so
be
I have
looking
to do the math in my
for
head then.
yes.
Yours would be
With these
10:59, I think.
10:59. Okay.
Pretty sure it should be 10:59.
Wait, are you thinking in Californian?
Yes.
Yes, 10:59.
Oh yes, 10:59. Yep, I see it right here. Okay, that makes sense.
And do you see like the prison phone to Bjorn?
Yeah, 7768.
Easy. Yeah, so you're
see
gonna
that,
see 4 phone calls back to back, spread by a couple numbers. This is the day prior, so this would have been Tuesday. As we go further down, oh, I gotta put the Lang ones in here too. I'm gonna converge some of these because some of them are split up. You will see as we go down. You then see at 11:13 at 1:44 p.m. So this is after the break. Lang is calling Bjorn. So this is worth like taking a look at. But when you now notice, and let me look at the specific here. There's a phone number in here that was pointed out by Ruth. Give me a second. That number is uno momento. I believe it was on the 12th. Let's see. Okay, messages, load. Yes. Oh, I marked it as mystery number. Okay. You're going to see a number in there ending in 1276.
Yeah, I see that one.
This we have marked as mystery number because it came up as a number of concerns, specifically because, number one, keep in mind, my address book is about 2,800 contacts, and we keep it very, very, very updated. And this number seemingly just comes out of the blue, right, into these phone logs. When we also look at Aubrey Webster's phone records, this number also shows up with no contextualization. What that means is there is no, yo, dog, this is, you know, Bobby or whatever.
Right.
Now, I want to be very clear here. I do not believe that any of what we have found is inherently actionable at this time. But these things are things that there's enough peculiar. It's sus enough to keep an eye on it. where my current disposition is. But beyond that, I think when you look at these things, feel free to, make your own determination. But I think, what we discussed the other day there, Angel, about, is there anything here that kind of says anything definitively? I don't think so. Obviously, the reports are concerning. The timing is concerning. But alongside the phone call on the 13th without any disclosure to law enforcement. But outside of that,
The archivist just swatted.
Oh boy. Oh, that's a whole thing. I'm gonna have to give him a call later.
Yeah. So, well, all this information is good to know. I don't really think it changes anything for now.
No. Yeah.
That call I was having with Bjorn just now is about the follow up from what we discussed yesterday, Brian. Or we're gonna let him know what our intentions are. And I think I'm kind of of the opinion that I don't want to keep him around in BCSO, so I want him to go to LSPD. So I don't know if I need to remove his employment to do that, or just be all right, go ahead and do your transfer now. I'm not sure the best way to approach that topic with him, because I don't know if he has an actual offer from them.
Is he trying to transfer?
From my understanding, he is.
So the very day after he was interrogated here, myself and Ruth were knee deep in actual police work, and I say it this way because you'll see. I got a phone call from Pred, and he goes, "Hey, what's going on with Bjorn?" And it was in his shitlord voice, the one where I don't know how well you know Pred, but he's got a way where he's scheming some dumb shit, and so I've already got my guard up because I'm okay, he's about to do some stupid shit. And given the tone of his voice, there ain't no way I'm disclosing shit about what's going on, especially because fundamentally, and both Ruth and I have trust in the BCSO and the high command to make a judgment call. We have zero belief that y'all are going to cover shit up or anything that may happen in other places. And so I did not want to disclose anything without either A, y'all's permission, or B, y'all doing it on your own volition, because it is not our place. We are simply overseeing it, in the sense that if, there was wrongdoing, but there's no reason for us to interject and to make those executive decisions. So I said, hey, we can talk about it, but not now. He then hunted me and Ruth down in the vehicle while once again we're working on some other shit. Fucking pulls up behind us and starts in the middle of the road saying, "What's going on with Bjorn? I need to know. I'm the chief of police." And I'm like, listen, there is a active investigation that some of this surrounds around. And here's what I want you to do. Set up a meeting with BSCSO and we can discuss the details. He didn't take kindly to that initially, but he said that he will set up the meeting. After that, he then gave Ruth a call saying that he's going to hire Bjorn. And at this point, he has enough context clues that he should, at minimum, have the capacity to recognize that that there is an investigation. It is serious. I'm not going to buy into the notion that the willful ignorance defense.
Yeah.
And that he is very clearly interjecting himself into something that he would be raging about if the tables were to turn. I let Ruth know while she was on the phone, that let him know that he's going to be obstructing if he continues down this line. To which that phone call ended, and I called him immediately afterwards, and I said, listen, stop shitlording in so many words. This is an active investigation. I'll make this really clear. Set up that meeting and you can be filled in as needed. And that, if you keep playing these games, you're, getting awfully close to fucking obstruction. To which he said, something to the effect of letting Bjorn know that there was an investigation taking place, because the way he said it, Bjorn would have been right next to him. And at that stage, I'm just like, bruh.
Yeah, that doesn't sound too.
Now, I want to underline this. This happened from, you know, in the hour and a half that I had just woken up in the midst of something else, and this guy was demanding answers instead of being patient, to the effect of, you know, probably was already in a conversation. My assumption is that Bjorn probably went to him the next day and asked for a job or brought up some things, and he, you know, I don't know, like, God fucking knows, but yes.
Yeah, I'm not entirely sure. But what I do know is that I don't really necessarily feel comfortable with his employment here. So
Yeah.
whether or not there's like an active offer between them, I don't know. Which is why it kind of makes this next step a bit difficult for me, because I want to ensure that he's not our problem anymore. But I'm not 100% certain he's actually got an offer of employment. So if I fire him, they probably would pick him up, most likely. But I also don't necessarily want to go straight to firing. Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, you understand, like, the kind of conundrum I find myself in right now? It's a lot more smooth, basically, if he's got an offer to go and
Yeah.
he's just waiting on it. But I don't know if that's actually the case. So
I'm gonna keep it a buck, and this is, I don't want to heavily influence or expect, you know, like, if he wasn't doing reports to begin with, he's not reporting things and being willfully ignorant to it, getting phone calls afterwards, not being forthcoming, right? And the immediate reaction is to pull a Miller, then, you know, y'all, he doesn't deserve y'all. You know what I mean?
sure.
So,
I mean, like, the conduct alone really doesn't, I'm not impressed with, because I want deputies to be honest and open, and I don't really get that vibe from him at all.
yeah.
It's more so, it's kind of like the optics of how this decision is presented. So a lot of people really like Bjorn, and it's going to be hard to explain to the deputies that we fired Bjorn because he wasn't doing his reports and was lying. They're going to be like,
So we
well,
can't
people do way
trust him.
worse. That people are going to try and make it a whole ordeal. And I just want to make sure that whatever is presented and framed, I don't know. It just needs to be done properly. So that's, I guess, what
Yeah.
has to figure out. So
Yeah, I understand that. This got significantly more complicated the moment quite frankly, the storing got involved.
yeah,
It really should have ended with, let me look into this. The other department hears that there's something going on and leaves it at that, right?
yeah.
But now it's sort of, you know, yeah, it's definitely complicated, the matter.
So in the subpoena that I put together for Bjorn's voluntary, like 3 days of records, the statement in here straight up says, due to the circumstances around Lang Buddha being broken out of prison, Bjorn was questioned about phone calls between himself and Lang. Bjorn consented to 3 days of phone records. So they could just see that and see that something was going on that was very serious.
He very much knew something was going on. Any inference by Pred that he didn't know the gravity of this is would be a bold-faced lie, right?
Yeah. DZ, how can you be more specific on the report ordeal?
Oh,
Like,
hold
how bad is it?
on.
Like, with regards to his paperwork?
Listen,
Give me
I
one
fuck with
second.
Bjorn heavy, but I would be doing this had it
I'm just trying
been
to think of ways
anyone
to frame
else,
things going forward.
right? But I'm gonna say something in a
Okay,
second.
so I went back about a month and a half. It starts, I believe I started at the beginning of October on incident 19457. This one involved a man dying in the incident, and there was no statement from Bjorn. Then there was another incident. There was a Polito robbery where there was no statement from Bjorn. Some stuff is small things like stolen cars, or or just like a jewelry store that didn't have a hostage, but there is Scruffy throwing a grenade in the courtroom. There was no statement from Bjorn, and there were no charges placed on Scruffy. I don't know if Bjorn was the lead on that, because like I said, no statement. Attempted mass murder charges, no statements from Bjorn. Something where an LEO was kidnapped and it turned into an OIS, still no statement from Bjorn. A hostage being executed at the Polito Bank, no statement from Bjorn. A faceless related incident with no statement from Bjorn.
I'm just gonna take this real quick. Hey, Aaron.
Hey, just a quick one.
Then bank
Danielson
trucks
just
into
said
OIS,
he's willing to
Polito
sign a duct tape
robberies, and
Lopez
the
subpoena as long
Alfonso
as
Sebastian
we allow
apprehension. And that was
notification,
the
which
one
I've
where
then
Dennis
said,
that he didn't seem
can
too
we
keen on
do
actually
late
helping.
notice until Matthew Colby's
Got
in
it.
the scene? He said yes. So I'm
All
gonna do
right.
that.
Okay.
Well, that's
I'm gonna talk to him too about the
11:57.
confusion
Yeah.
around it, because I
1187.
don't have a problem with the
57.
notif.
11:57.
Wait, but duct tape.
in your shared report,
Lopez doesn't have rights. We never give notice.
Yeah,
for prison.
that's what I said. And he
I'm gonna-
goes, I
I'm
know
gonna
that's
ask.
the way.
Let-
Yeah.
Let's pause on it. And I'm gonna ask Sean as well,
those
because
are all of the
we sh-
incidents that have come up.
let me
that I looked
let me
into.
chat with
Alright,
him.
thank you.
I'm okay with that, but
Right.
I'm not okay with setting new precedents over very clear laws. So I'd like to
So you
understand
want
the
me
scope of that.
to edit this subpoena just so we can actually get it signed and get the record, and then you speak to him afterwards or whatever?
Is there any note of him having to be notified? Give it a pause.
McAllis?
Give it a pause
Yeah.
for 15 minutes. I'll give him a call right after this.
All right, then. Thank you.
All right. Take care.
Bye.
Bye.
All right. Well, I'm gonna call him up, and I guess we'll have that conversation. I wanted to talk with Brian alone for a bit if we're done with Stacey.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I will say that I do believe that he was brought in here to protect him as well, right? And it may be, regardless of what he has done, still speaking to him in a way where it's like, here's the why, here's the concern, right? So he has a opportunity to at least express himself. Right?
Sure.
So
And then see where things go from there.
mhm.
All right. Yeah, that's probably how I'll direct the conversation then.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
If
is
you
there anything
don't
else,
need me, then
Stacey?
I will dip though.
All right.
I don't
Hell yeah.
think so.
All right. There's a couple things I want to tell you or talk to you about, Brian, before you left. So I'm just gonna rip the Band-Aid off. I know you mentioned yesterday about some of the stuff that you're talking about with, the investigation the Marshall's doing into LSPD and how you want to keep things safe to yourself, and that's fine. I don't need you to tell me any details. I'm more so coming to you as the reporter of some things that I've heard, and I don't want to be implicated in those things. So I'm more so discussing them with you so that the air is clear on that and you can understand what I've heard.
Absolutely.
So basically, I went to a meeting today where Bill Gates, or not Bill Gates, Bill Mays. Not Bill Gates is not there, for the record. That guy is way too rich to be considered this. Bill Mays is there with Grayson, Maxwell, and Rhodes, and
does he? Okay, I need to say this.
yeah.
This guy is actually fucking because it's so bad what's happening. It's so bad. It's so bad. It's so
Well, it gets
bad.
way worse.
Is he
It gets
just
worse.
conflicting everyone?
Well, I mean, maybe, but like that meeting is not really the issue. It's more so what happened afterwards. Okay, so they were just basically trying to get the timeline down of, do the justices actually think this? What do we do about the roles? Blah 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 blah. They're just having a simple conversation about the stuff that you and I already know. Okay.
The access levels.
Yeah, and
He shouldn't. That's not his place.
I know it's not, but that's what him and Rhodes were talking about Grayson
Oh my
about,
God.
and Maxwell too. It is the whole thing. That's not really what I wanted to get to. I mean, I can tell you more about that if you wanted though.
So one thing to sort of point of clarity from our last conversation, I think you had mentioned something about like an internal communications tag. I thought you meant a quite literal tag, which is why I was initially confused, but I knew what you were talking about. It wasn't until later that evening someone pointed out that the command reports now have like in brackets.
Yeah, that's what I was referring to.
Yeah, I was under the impression, because there is a internal communications like literal tag. So
Yeah.
but either way,
I found out that Rhodes is the one who did that because he wanted to like stopgap them from
Oh my
accessing our
God.
reports, and I
all
just
of this
thought,
is based on miscommunication, all
yes.
stemming to a active investigation
Yeah.
with Maze.
Yes.
And he knows this.
Yes.
He knows that. And he's
Yes,
still doing this.
Well, the thing is, my perspective is Maze is very much maneuvering. When I tell you everything that happened there, you'll kind of see the point that I'm getting at here. But he's very much maneuvering right now. So basically, that meeting happened where they kind of were just trying to spitball like, how do we do this? I finished up by saying, well, maybe we should just take the justice keys, because the whole point of it was I was the director of the marshals at the time. I really only did it so I could have access. They don't need them. Why don't we fix things going forward?
Mm-hmm.
And everyone was kind of on the same page. And then I basically was like, so guys, what the hell is going on here? Because this whole entire situation looks so cooked. It almost looks like, from an outside perspective, from an uninformed
Are you aware of the
party.
docket?
Yeah, so that's what I was going to get
Okay,
to. I said,
I'm aware.
I told them, from an uninformed third party, as someone who just read the docket, it looks like you guys are trying to cover up a crime here. And Bill Mays said to me, he said, it doesn't look like it. We are trying to cover up a crime here. And I'm like, what?
Yesterday evening. Okay, Angel, I need a report and it to be sent to Norman Adams about your best statement with as much clarity, date, timestamp roughly of this to Norman Adams and Jessica Springfield. Yesterday, I told Springfield to take her gun and help me after hearing some of what's going on. And
well, I want to be clear. When he said we, the context is later revealed. He didn't necessarily mean him and like the entire high command essentially. He meant we as in Ruby, with the outside looking in as LSPD being the ones. He's essentially trying to throw Ruby under the bus, saying she's attempting to cover up this crime here.
Okay. Please send me this as soon as you can. I think I need to put some people's positions on suspension or something. I don't even know, because there is so much bad. I'm going to be extremely vague. There's so much bad that we had to spend so much time figuring out what needs to be paused and what can't be, because I don't get it. Okay.
In my opinion, this is probably the most egregious case I've seen in my career as a police officer. Maybe not the most egregious, but it's up there. It's one of the worst, and it's definitely one of the worst in this new form of government that we find ourselves in. This is the worst so far. So
I believe your intuition is correct. I would put that intuition in the report, right? Because I do want the facts and circumstances and the behaviors, which we have been very much documenting.
Now, as far as how would you like me to document this in a way that is safe for your eyes?
Put it.
I don't really want Rhodes and Prez reading it.
Yes. Make a private report, and at the top say this is intended to be given directly to the marshals, and then what we'll do is we'll copy that entire statement into a report.
Okay, that works.
It is gotten so bad that I have instructed very clearly to every marshal, do not touch or approach or whatever, that it goes directly to Norman and Springfield, whom are taking direct statements as opposed to things that are stated in rooms, because these people are so nasty. Wait, I take it back. This person is so nasty specifically that I am already witnessing. I will tell you what's going on with another case to give you, so I can speak more openly about it. There was a case on the docket about a raid that was conducted before the search warrant was signed. This was done by, it was called Operation Butter Chicken, and it resulted in Barrett representing someone, and some new folks, like it was like, LSPD officers, they're like interrogating or whatever, and I just I'm chilling, and Barrett was playing some games trying to give them access to a property, right? And fast forward, they've been trying to, some reason LSPD's trying to get my phone records under the guise that I'm being court ordered, which isn't the case. So when I was approached in quote unquote good faith by Bill fucking crackhead Mays, he was like, it's a court order, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, you can't compel me to do shit, dumb fuck. Like I didn't say it like that. It was professional. I'm like, listen, man, like, I was asleep. I didn't tell this guy to go and do these things. He did it on his own accord, very obviously. And he's like, but I'm being compelled to get all the fucking records and stuff. I'm like, so then fucking say that on the docket and have the judge compel, right? I'm not going to just like hand over shit under principle of that, because that's a bad precedent.
Yeah, it is.
And so instead, he twisted that into some other shit that rumor milled. And then, despite me cooperating as best I could on the docket, in his own words, he's saying we're like, you can wait, let me actually read it for you, to you.
Okay.
He goes,
Which case is this specifically?
Kanye West versus LSPD West Adams.
Kane West?
Oh, sorry. Yes, Kane West.
Oh, okay.
The funny thing about this is the defense attorney knows I went to sleep. And so he goes, Your Honor, allow me to clarify on the testimony of Mr. Barrett. Mr. Barrett himself has confirmed he spoke with law enforcement members in departments not named in this suit that were actively involved in these situations. The issue we are facing is, as those departments and officers are not named in the suit for the damages they may cause, they are refusing to produce the evidence demanded by the courts regarding this case. He is speaking on behalf of Barrett, on behalf of the judge's clear orders, and insinuating that I am not refusing to give shit voluntarily, which, mind you, is nothing. It's so cooked. So there is no good faith. This is literally at the moment. Myself and Ruth were talking about this like the day after, like they gave us the SOPs and came to us about this and like acting like it was the most slimy conversation. Yeah. And when you look at the SOPs and who's at the head of it, we're just like, this is the fucking cover-up unit. And not a week goes by and they're pulling this shit, and now this other situation. It's just actually insane.
Wait, is this hold on, what case is this?
Kane versus Wes Adams.
This is the one where fucking Spectre just went and raided a guy. Yeah, I actually talked to Barrett about this one. Or not Barrett, it was Barrett, yeah. I talked to him about this. And he said that they're so fucking fucked, and he thinks it's hilarious they're trying to throw us under the bus, and he's gonna take them for every fucking penny they're worth.
Yeah,
and I think he's gonna, because these guys are fucked.
Yeah, I mean, and I'm not surprised, because when I learned about this, like the next day, Pred in fact was like, you intentionally like left them out to dry. I'm like, bitch, I was gonna go play fucking Battlefield 6 with fucking Arjun, and we got dragged into this shit. I had to sit in the fucking corner. I wasn't paying attention to half this shit. Like, the fuck are you saying?
You did kind of dodge a bullet. That guy is not very good at that game. So.
Oh, he's not? Oh my god, that game's so good.
Well, the game is good, but he's not very good at it. Let's just say I've seen some security cam footage. It's not good.
So yeah, this is not good. It's like if you took the lawyer out of Breaking Bad and you made them a prosecutor, like what would they do? You know what I mean? I'm sort of happy this is happening though, because it's forcing my hand to expand and think, and things are in a good spot. It's just I don't think people are gonna like what's gonna happen. which I don't like doing the mean thing, like whatever, but I also don't give a fuck if I do it. So I have to please, when you can, if you could immediately, in fact, make that statement. I'm gonna get in touch with the investigators, and I have my opinions on the fault and speculation. I think something's got to put a stop to it ASAP, especially how far this is going.
This is definitely spike control. And listen, somebody's got to be the bad guy every now and then, right? Someone's got to be the mean person.
That's my favorite.
And truthfully, like it does kind of suck being in the position you are, because you just do eventually at some point gotta lock in and be that kind of person. So
I will say that similar to my general philosophy is work with the high commands when there is an issue with their personnel, right?
Yeah.
Because I think that's healthy and we have to work together. But even in the event of like even this Bjorn thing, right? It should be done in a way where they don't feel like they're targeted. I'm sure he may have felt away because I had to go full interrogation mode. I mean, it happens. Like, I can't baby it. But at the end of the day, it should be contained because the entire world doesn't need to know that laundry unless there's wrongdoing, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm gonna go through this docket posting, by the way, later and read this because this is like an absolute fucking novel of motion.
Yeah, no, it is. It's
by the way, I sent you that security cam footage. Review at your own leisure, and maybe reconsider who you partner up with in the future.
I can't. Safety. I had to stop playing BF6 because I felt like it forces you to. I was getting daily anxiety. Where like if I don't do the dailies, like I'm missing something, and then I'm like, why the fuck am I doing this? Now I'm playing Tarkov and hating my life, which.
Oh, that's even worse for you.
I like that because it feels like...
You gotta go to Speranza, Brian.
I do. I'm level 55, but I got bored.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah.
Well, I'll go write the statement for you right now, and I'll send it over to you, okay?
I appreciate it. How you doing, Maeve?
Bye.
Hey, have you ever